Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to another one of my daily YuGiOh videos. And today guys, I'll be showing you my budget version of the World Chalice. Now, if you guys know me, you know I am a very budget player. I get around $5 a week just from doing chores, and that's not really enough to build a deck off of. I'm not old enough yet to get a job, and I don't really have that much stuff to sell, so I'm basically just stuck with having a YouTube channel where I have to make videos about certain cards. I have a small collection, about 5 megatons of cards. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to go off of, guys, so I guess you could say budget decks are my specialty, and I can basically build a deck out of anything and make it work. Now, this deck is a little bit different from all the other decks you probably saw on YouTube. This deck has, instead of just giving you a list, I'm giving you an option. I'm running some of the basic World Chalice cards, and I'm running the most important ones and leaving space for a 5 to 10 card engine depending on what ratios you want to run. I'm currently running the Spellbook engine because I was able to get my hands on a knowledge at my locals this weekend, but I actually recommend you run the Venus engine. I'll show you that in a second, guys. But let's just get started right with this profile and just go over the main cards of the deck, and then I'll go over the engine at the or as we go along. I'll go over the engine. So yeah. Also, guys, I just wanted to say this. Have you ever just appreciated how amazing Gaia Saber looks in a white sleeve with the correct lighting? It's a beautiful card right there. That's what I want to see by Konami. This simple, it's very simple. It's just got a cool little background and a guy riding horse and secret rare. That's the kind of cards I want to see more often. That is a beautiful card. That is just amazing. I love that card. Okay, guys, so let's get right to the profile. Now, this is the card that you have to run at least 3 of these types of cards, I guess you could say. So I am currently running 3 Lee World Chalice Fairy. Now, you could run 2 Lee and 1 Guard Dragon, or 2 Guard Dragon and 1 Lee. Guard Dragon is not as important now because of the fact that Augusto Emerald is now banned. That's not the reason why, but now that Augusto Emerald is now banned, a few cards in this deck have been changed, but I'll get to that in a second. Okay, guys, so we also have to triple this. Now, if you're running the non-budget version, you'd add the 2 little dog or whatever, or guard dragon here. But since we're not running any guard dragon, because we're not really going for the multi-summon, this is more of a get a boss monster out and sit on that. And I'll show you guys that in a second, but let's just continue on. Now, this is a card that you could probably drop from the entire deck in general to extend your engine or your deck space, because the only reason you would run Beckon was so that you could get him into Augusto Emerald using those combos and shuffle back your shine balls. So basically you could drop him, and then what you would run is you would run obviously the usual chosen by the World Chalice, and then we also do run double crowned, along with also running Exodius. And this is kind of a weird, so this is basically our part of the reason why I wanted to run the Spellbook engine was because we do have a vanilla spellcaster and a vanilla monster recycle card. So that's basically a replacement for Augusto that also has synergy with the Spellbook combo, because he's not very useful once he hits the field. He's kind of just there to recycle. So you can use this combo to maybe activate just a Spellbook of Secrets, search your knowledge, and then use him to get a draw 2 and then extend your combos even more. Now, this is it is a little bit wonky running this engine in here, because you do take up your normal summon if you're using him, and if you do get her out by a special summon and you do use a Spellbook of Eternity on it, it does kind of mess up the way the deck works, guys. But I'm pretty sure that Eve is also a spellcaster, so you could use Eve. Yeah, so Eve is a spellcaster as well, so that basically gets you an easy way to a special summon and a knowledge. So that's probably one of the better targets for Spellbook engine. You could also remove Blue Boy and just run the Spellbook cards for Eve for the special summon and draw 2. So yeah. That's some of the other cards we run. We also run triple Gofu, and we also do run triple Unexpected Die. This deck has a little bit of consistency issues because we're running less World Chalice names in the main deck, and as you can see, we still have a lot of monsters in the main deck. But Gofu basically is like the budget Venus, but at the same time, Venus is budget as well. The whole Venus engine is about $6 if you want to just pick that up somewhere. I recommend running the Venus engine other than the Spellbook, but I feel like the Spellbook adds another level to the deck, and you could probably run Spellbook and Venus. I don't know if Venus is Spellcaster, but if she is, that would be very nice, because most of the time she's just a Shine Ball Summoner, and that's it. I'm just going to put down all the 1-ofs at once. We run 1 Rabbit, 1 Snow, and 1 Tourmaline. This is for Brilliant Fusion, this is for starters, and this is for Snow. Now, this is at 3 now, and you could probably run 2 if you really wanted to, but I like it at 1. It's just my preference. Okay, and that's it for the gigantic amount of monsters in this deck. Let's continue. We obviously have the triple die, so yeah. We also have double secrets. Now, if you wanted to remove Blue Boy, you would add another secret and add another knowledge, or you could have triple knowledge, triple secrets, so that you can turn your Eves, which you can go into very easily, into a +2 plus this special summon. So you basically, yeah, it's a +2 actually. You summon one. Oh no, it is. Never mind, it's a +1. I was just thinking because it goes from your hand to the field instead of from your deck to the field. But nonetheless, you can still use Eve for that, and then replace herself with another World Chalice from your hand, so it's not too big of a loss. Oof, I always do that. Gosh. Another card we do run for some reason is Desires. Now, this is probably one of the cards you would drop to extend this engine. You would drop your 2 Blue Boys and these 2, and then add 2 of these and 1 of these, and then that would also give you enough space to run, and then you could drop some other stuff from the Venus, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing once I get my Venus engine, and I'll be bringing that profile to you guys for a World Chalice Spellbook Venus deck, and I feel like that's probably how this deck is going to be able to get consistent enough to actually hit the meta a little bit, punch the meta in the face, kick it on the ground, and kill the meta. We do run 2 Brilliant Fusion. Now I was gonna make up some sort of excuse, saying like, oh, I just don't like to run 3, but I'm just, yo guys, what's up? I'm a budget player, okay? I can't get all the cards, okay? I actually, I pulled 1. My friend pulled another back when we were playing the Megatons. I traded it for him for $2, and now it's like 5, I think. I don't know. But we do have the full engine here, guys. Now this is an engine you can drop if you want to get a little bit more budget. So yeah, same with the Spellbook. You can drop the Spellbook and the Brilliant engine and just add Venus in there if you prefer that. We also have double Chalice to protect our boss monster, what I'll be getting into in a second. We have 1 decision. I just like to run 1 just because whenever you do draw into it, you can kind of combo off with it depending on how you use its effect, because you can't really special summon from the graveyard in very much, but what you can do is you can go into, what's his name, Artem or whatever, and then summon the one you sent. It's not too good except for the fact that sometimes this can give your Exodius an extra stack if you want that, but that's very rarely going to happen. It's basically just a searcher and deck thinner for if you want to, and we're running a lot of normal monsters in this build, or vanillas, so yeah. We also run 1 soul charge. Whenever you do draw into your soul charge, you just basically, you overextend to your full power, and then when your opponent wipes your field, you activate soul charge and you OTK them, because you can get so many good cards in the grave. You can get at like triple fireball. I mean, I'm saying this, we don't actually run firewall, but if you wanted to build this in the non-budget version, this is basically get a card to shut off your opponent. It's actually thinking of running a Soul Charge Turbo version of this with left arm offering, and then you overextend, and then you activate Soul Charge and just get a huge field and just instantly kill your opponent. That's another way you can run this deck. We also run 1 Heart because it is searchable off of World Legacy, the World Chalice, or your basic, basically the level 5 guy that you always tribute summon. So yeah. We also run one Foolish Burial. I think that Burial is really nice. It's in your lead a grave, and then out of your lead a hand, and you can go to an induct, and then some other crap. I don't know, but basically it's another one of those combo cards that you can. One of those cards you can use to set up for a combo with Lee. Basically a searcher for Lee. This is the reason we even still run the warrior type guy, because we can run a single Rhoda, and that's basically one less card in our deck. It's basically kind of like Upstart Goblin. If you're running any warrior monster, Rhoda can basically be the same thing as an Upstart, except your opponent doesn't gain 1,000, and you get a card that you want to your hand. So you could probably drop the Upstart, just use Reinforcement. So the deck's basically at 38. And that's it for the spell card, guys. Now, this is at the end of this deck, guys. We do have a few traps that you may not want to get. So this is basically your choice of any 3 meta traps. Now that Solemn is now reprinted, it's pretty budget. Now, if I were to say the price of this deck, of the main deck, I would probably say around $50, just because Lee is at 10 or 8 or 10. I think she's actually at like 12 or something. I don't know. I don't know Lee's price right now. Sorry, guys. My throat is clogged. But Lee's a little bit expensive. So is Guard Dragon. But you need at least 3 of those kinds of cards, because they just help the deck out so much. The extra deck is not too expensive. We do run a Gaia Saber just because he's so much better than Decode, because he doesn't have to be in the top zone to be useful. He actually gets more useful if you use him downwards or something like that. And since he's a pretty nice Link 3, also he looks cool. So there's a plus right there. But yeah, let's get into the extra deck, guys. I didn't tell you the full price. Probably around $65, I would say. Okay, let's go into the extra deck, guys. So we do run one Gaia Saber. I would actually probably bring this up to 2 and add a Decode Talker. I have actually left a lot of space in this extra deck for you guys to put your choices of cards into the extra deck. Move this back a little bit so that we can get Gaia Saber to be at its full capacity of looking amazing. There we go. Gaia Saber's always gotta look amazing, or you're not running Gaia Saber ever. We also do run Topologic as our boss monster. You could pop this up to 3 if you think that he's gonna die. You can leave him at 1 and probably add a few more defensive cards, but it can clog your hand if you have too many defensive, so I would watch out for that. We do have 2 Arnold. We're not running Ningrisu, although he is a very powerful draw card. I just feel like if we're going into, it's too much trouble to basically get its effect off. You kind of have to force yourself to overextend in order to get its effect off and get a good plus out of it. And then there's just Topologic, it just sits there and destroys everything. And also, if you do have a Brilliant and you do have a way to get the Topologic, you can get Snow to Grave with Brilliant and then go into your Topologic. And basically, out of that combo alone, you can very easily field wipe your opponent on their turn, and the Snow goes back to Grave, so you can activate her effect again the next turn. And so it's a very powerful combo to chop off your opponent's plays. We also run Triple E. This is probably one of the most important cards of the deck, because it allows you to go in. You can basically go into E without having to have any of the World Chalice or whatever, since Induck uses normal monsters that are not tokens, so Gofu doesn't work, and we're not running Venus. That's a little bit hard to get off, other than just a World Chalice. Aro uses World Chalice only, but Eve can use any monster as long as the 2 monsters that are being summoned have different types and attributes. We also run double Induk. I rarely go into the second one, but sometimes I do. So there's that. For the Gofu, now I run 2 Link Spider, but we're probably never gonna go into the second Link Spider, because with Gofu most of the time I'm gonna have Gofu another normal monster, and instead of just going straight into 2 Link Spiders, you go into 1 Link Spider using the token right under where the Link Spider would be. so that you have that spot open, and then you can special summon one of your vanillas from your hands since you're running such a large amount of vanillas in this deck currently. So yeah. Now this is something that you guys may be wondering, like, what is he doing? So Gofu is a level 5 tuner, and one of our vanillas is a level 3 psychic type. Now that's basically we can turbo into him, into Psy-Frame Lord, and then banish him to remove some materials from our opponent's hand, and then also if they were to wipe our field, he would be protected during that turn because he wouldn't be on the field, he'd be banished. And then you come back the next turn, then you can use him for a link summon if you wish, which I don't recommend it since he's the second highest attack in the deck. But yeah, he's pretty easy to get out, and he can also, if you go straight into him with another, if you have 2 Gofus in hand, you can basically unclog your hand by summoning 1 Gofu, going to Link Spider, summoning your level 3 guy, going to this guy, removing him from the field, and then just going your plays like that. It really helps out the deck. We also run 1 Seraphinite for our brilliant combo, and then we run 2 tokens, which I actually have some Karibo tokens under here. I just like these since the Karibo ones are not the same token, they're 2 different Karibo tokens. But yeah, you don't really need the tokens, but it makes it a little bit easier instead of having to explain to your opponent that those are not actual Chaos Emperor Dragons, they're just tokens. And they're like, nah, I think you just summoned a Chaos Emperor Dragon. You don't have to do all that stupid stuff, you can just play your cards. And that's it for today's video, guys. Now I'm gonna let you look at this Guy Saber, this beautiful, beautiful card. Oh man, my eyes are burning right now, that's amazing. Okay guys, now thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I hope you guys love this new playmat that I did get. I did not earn it myself, although I really want to earn a World Championship Qualifier playmat. I was traded this by someone else. If you want to see more of it, as you can see, it is the Spiral World Championship Qualifier mat. It's very nice, but if you guys want my old playmat, I might give it away, depending on how many. If this video gets over, I'm gonna hit high for this one. If this video hits over 100 likes, that's like, I've never even gotten more than 30. So this is way too much to ask. But I'll give away a playmat if this video hits 100 likes. I know it's a lot to ask, but that's not the only reason you should be liking the video. You should be liking the video if you actually liked it, because I really hope you do. And if you do dislike the video, please tell me why in the comments. So I want to better my videos so that you don't click that dislike, you click that like, because I want you to enjoy watching my Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I'm out of breath, guys, so I'm just going to end it right there before I ramble on for another hour. It's like, I ended it at 16, we're already at 18, so goodbye, guys. See you later. Boo.